That's all you got to do. Just hold it. Okay, go.
So what have you done? What's your role been in getting the counties or to overturn down to the sanctuary?
Well, you know, for me, what I've seen happening from Orange County, and then I was motivated. I want other cities in Orange County and others, so I started contacting other cities. I wanted them to follow the lead in Los Alamitos and in Siskiyou County. They actually beat the rest of the state up in North State, Siskiyou and Tehama. And when I started contacting other cities, I found out that there were groups of patriots that started contacting me, like here in Monterey County, and they say, we want this movement here in our county too, so if you just come on up and help us out, and I was more than happy to do it. I think, more importantly though, Monterey County is special to me because Angie Morphy lives here. This is her son, Leo. And I've known about this tragic case now for 3 years. More people should be familiar with it. We have, as I mentioned to the board, we have 62,000 Americans who've been murdered by illegals. He's the American dreamers we need to focus on dreamers like this young boy. Americans killed by illegals, not illegal aliens. We need to put Americans first. We need to care about our homeless, our foster children, veterans, homeless veterans. Their needs come first. SB 54 is protecting criminal, illegal aliens. And as you heard with statistics from the congressional candidate, we've got the vast majority of the state of all parties, backgrounds, races, colors. They want this law overturned. And we need the county to be part of the fight.
How is it protected?
Well, what's happening is there's like a large class of crimes which those individuals, they are released back into our streets after serving time in prison. They should be turned over to ICE and deported. But SB 54 is blocking all communications between police officers and federal officials, including ICE, but also Department of Homeland Security. As I mentioned before, police departments want to crack down on drug trafficking, sex trafficking, and human trafficking. But because of ICE, where it's forbidding communications between federal and state law enforcement officials, they're not able to get needed communication or sharing of information to go after these thugs. And MS-13 is now proliferating even worse because of this.
You guys bring up the one issue a lot of people giving power, and that's because of that 47 and 57.
Yes.
So why not go after that? Why not go after the state lawmakers or the voters who voted for that?
Okay, so regarding Prop 47 and 57, there is an initiative right now that's going to restore, I can't remember the full name of it or the number yet because it's now just starting to be developed. It's coming out on the ballot, but it's going to restore a number of those wobblers back to felonies. So that's already happening. But the fact is, illegal aliens should not be in this state, especially illegal alien criminals. SB 54 was not passed by the voters. It was shoved down our throats by the state legislature. And by the way, I was against that when it was first even introduced last March by Senator Kevin De Leon, who, by the way, is on record admitting that members of his family are not only illegal, but they have committed voter fraud and they have committed identity theft. He's admitted that in a committee hearing. He should be in prison, along with Javier Becerra. So again, we need to put Americans first. That's Americans of all backgrounds. This American dreamer, this is a story that needs to be told. Marcello Bizzarello was another young American killed by an illegal 5-time deportee. We all know the tragedy of Kate Steinle. She should never have been murdered on that pier in San Francisco. And there are too many stories that have to stop. We've got to protect Americans. We need this county, and I urge everybody watching this to call the County Board of Supervisors in Monterey to opt out of SB 54.
Arthur, what group are you with?
So I'm part of a group called, well, there's two actually, We the People Rising. I'm a member.
We the People Rising?
Yes, and they're based in Claremont, California, in Los Angeles County. And the other group is LA County for Trump.
You don't have to disclose, but you won't disclose anything. Okay.
Okay.
What does it mean? What are these counties? What are they doing? They're just like opting out of.
So what this is the
some are suing the state, aren't
yes, they are. In fact, cities and there are counties. Orange County and San Diego County have filed amicus briefs. The city of Huntington Beach filed their own lawsuit. We have urged other cities, in fact, to join with that lawsuit. It's the cheapest alternative. Some cities are getting pushed back because of the cost, quote unquote, although to me, there's no cost that should be placed on our law enforcement and American citizens. Los Alamitos did the preeminent thing. They are a charter city, therefore they passed their own ordinance declaring that we will allow ICE to function fully and all federal officials to work fully in the city of Los Alamitos. and they're going to enforce all immigration laws. The City of Orange passed a stay of compliance ordinance, which is we will continue to stand with federal law, and we are going to continue to abide by federal law. SB 54 is in conflict with it. Siskiyou and Tehama counties, they issued their own ordinances. We will continue to apply federal law. We will continue to comply and work with ICE.
And it's a lawsuit, right?
Yes.
That's filed against the state?
Yes, there's that. That was done by the Department of Justice. The first deadline has passed. That was April the 6th. This is a case that's going to go to the Court of Appeals, no doubt. There will be another window of time for people to file amicus briefs, which San Diego will do and other cities are going to do. There are some cities that are issuing letters in opposition too. This momentum is essential to, I mean, everybody in the state needs to wake up. We've seen, like, for the past 20 years, people have felt hopeless. The stories I've heard from people here in Salinas alone is just devastating to me. I'm from LA County, and I cannot believe the amount of crime that I'm hearing that's happening in Salinas. People have warned me not to wear this hat just because it's red. I have never been warned about that in Los Angeles County. And the fact is, where's the rest of the state or the country? They should be paying attention to this. No city, no county should ever feel like it's a war zone. And part of the reason this is happening is because of rampant, unfettered, illegal immigration, which has allowed transnational gangs to infiltrate into cities and to commit massive crimes and intimidate communities. Honestly, I prefer you speak to one of these individuals because they live with it every day. Who would like to speak with you?
I got enough.
You're not. I want you on. I want that on record.
Yes.
You should be speaking to the members of this community.
No, I heard everybody that was in there.
Did you? You should be interrupted. They should be interviewing them, not just me, because these are the ones who live with it every day. Like Dawn, right here.
I live with it every day too. I live in Salinas.
Okay, so you live with this crimes. You see what I'm telling you isn't just fluff in your ears. You see this. You experience this. Is that correct?
I see some of it.
You see some of it. Well, these are people who've seen it too. Why will you not talk with them? You should have them. They should be preeminent on this camera, not me.
They never come when we ask them
Dawn,
to come.
You never come. We don't
Let's
need
go.
to go there. We're here. Why would you say that?
I want you to interview her, and I want you to interview her and him for this camera.
First of all, you don't tell us who to.
Yes, we can, because you are a service to this community. You have responsibility to the public to inform them about the dangers, the destruction that is happening. To every one of these, you came here. You're telling me you immigrated here legally, correct?
Yes.
How does it feel when you have people who break into this country who cut in front of you, who didn't do what you did? Why won't you talk to her?
Okay, I'm an immigrant.
I heard your story. You talked about drugs. You talked about vaccinations. I heard it.
Yeah.
But the people in this community throughout this Monterey region should be seeing face to face with these individuals and what they go through. Angie can't be here because she has to work. In fact, a lot of people. We have a larger team.
Killer.
So yes, they did. He was arrested and confined to a Mexican prison. They did find the murderer of Angie's son. But how many more people have to be murdered? I'm going to ask one last time. Are you going to interview any one of these Salinas residents?
In Salinas, Monterey County. I've been here 20 years, and nothing's been done about it. The City Council of Salinas talks about it all the time. You know, it's every day or so there's a shooting in Salinas.
I just heard about 4 murders in a
It's spreading like
day.
cancer all the way up to Santa Cruz, all the way. It's affecting Marina, Seaside.
Yeah.
It's spreading all over the county.
All right. So this is part of what you have to do, though. You keep the media accountable. So my entire, it doesn't matter. I've recorded it, so I share it with you and share it with others when they will not talk to
The
you.
real test is going to be, he said he interviewed us, he has this on camera in there, is that going to go into his report?
Doesn't jive with their agenda.
Okay, but why won't you interview at least one of them?
Who wants to talk? So I can satisfy it. Who's
Anybody
from
here?
Salinas who wants to talk?
You need to be on camera. They're the most important. They live here. They called me up. I didn't put this together.
Go.
I'm a guest.
Now, just because I'm talking to you doesn't mean you're going to be on TV.
Okay. I came to this country
Wait.
when I was like 1.5.
Let them get set up. At least give the appearance. I'll get out of the way if you need me to.
My name is Marcella. I live in Salinas. I was brought to this country at age about 1.5. My dad brought us all in legally. He filled out the paperwork for at the time there was 5 or 6 of us in the 1950s. And get really tired of when the liberals talk about immigrants. They don't differentiate between legal, illegal, or criminal. And we're not all the same. And I get tired of liberals pacifying mainly Hispanics because all they want are cheap votes and cheap labor, and they need someone to clean the toilet. I've heard a lot of them talk like that. So the Democrats are not, I was a lifelong Democrat until Trump came along. And he had the guts to talk about many issues, especially vaccines, which is dear to my heart because I've brain damaged, vaccine damaged children. And I still say California should be a sanctuary state, but for vaccine choice, that's a basic human right. Enough about illegal immigrants. I watched Tucker Carlson last night on Fox. He was talking with a former mayor of San Francisco, Alioto, a female mayor, and she actually was one of the ones who started the sanctuary movement, but she's appalled because now they're including criminal felons. In the original text of sanctuary cities, it had nothing to do, but now they've been added on. And I get tired of people, even some people of my own family saying, let's not forget we were immigrants. Well, we were legal immigrants. And I don't support MS-13 coming in. This country will be like Europe someday, Germany, Denmark. They come in, these radicalized Islamic immigrants, and they kill and rape at will. That's what's going to happen in California. I want my children to be protected, and just for everyone's safety. And I don't like being stereotyped that, you know, if you're not with the Democrats, you're an Uncle Tom. It's not true. President Trump has created so many jobs for Hispanics, blacks, women. People really need to do some research. Quit just listening to the sound bites of Pelosi and Schumer. They live in their mansions. They don't give a damn about poor Hispanics or legal Hispanics. They just want votes and cheap labor. Thank you.
Got it. All right.
Thank you.